Marco Dominic Gonzalez, video 3, July the 20th, 2014, 09:10 a.m. This is my third video. I think this will be my last one. I'm posting I posted a lot of ham, I'm just giving my love to the family and of the victims and those who are, suffering right now, and putting hashtags. And then I just started, I put the dead speaks and boom, man. I just went on a hashtag to that. But it's almost as clear as day. It's like it can easily be ruled an accident. I mean, it can easily. It's almost like they know the system. It's like, well, you know what? It's like a crime of opportunity almost. When Masha and Nadia on their articles were talking about how, I believe Nadia was writing that, she was talking to women with AIDS that had no treatment and grieving over that. But that they don't want to help her because it's a religious state and they rule it as, oh, if you are a prostitute, you deserve it. If you're gay, you deserve it. If you're black, you deserve it. In the name of the Lord, it's that kind of thing. So when I was reading those articles from Nadia and Masha, it's like, well, man, it's the sentiment. It was known, those researchers. It was a target for the researchers, not just a plane being in the airspace. That is almost a bonus because they might, maybe who else is on there? It was for the researchers, not an accident. But, again, you have to prove these things. To me, it's not a theory, but it is until you prove it. How can you prove that? You can prove it by knowing the rhetoric in churches. You can prove it by knowing how they treat women with AIDS in the women gulags, and you can know that. You can know by the rhetoric here in America with really extreme white religious groups that use the AIDS and the gay as God, and you're a sinner, and anybody else, you're gonna get that, and it's in the name of God, and that is all factual and circumstantial. And another circumstantial coincidence is just a research. Remember, the white religious church does not want the AIDS virus to go away, because then what happens when the gay person's cured? What happens when the prostitute is cured? What happens when the black person's cured? Then it's no longer a disease against a black person, a gay person, or a prostitute. You understand? Then it's like the religious person thinking, oh my gosh, well then, Dominic, if they cure the AIDS, then that's going to promote promiscuity. If they cure the AIDS, then it's going to say it's okay to be gay. If they cure the AIDS, it's going to say, well then, it's no longer a black disease, Dominic. But I've been saying that for 50 years, Dominic. Get smart. You with a conscience that is in the church. Get smart, man. And say, we're not going to tolerate that because what Dominic's saying is factual. That is the sentiment. Oh, it's not a sentiment in my church, Dominic. It doesn't matter if it's not in your church. It's a sentiment in enough churches to form to mean something. If it's not in your church, well, you need to get on the bullhorn and pick it like those picketers to say, guess what? It's not a black disease, gay disease, or a prostitute disease. It's a human disease. People need to be educated. Too many people weren't in the 80s. It's why it flourished. Like any disease. Cancer, what is cancer, a white disease? What is that? Do you understand? Use your brains.